preparation and failure. Nobody wants to have a very candid discussion about that. If you are not qualified, if you are not educated, if you are not employed or employable, if you don't have any money, you don't have a seat at the table. So you can march and you can rally and you can do all that you want to do, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because you've not collectively captured and leveraged what you have. I think back to the walkout in Fairlane. Years ago, everybody's protesting, oh, we are, blah, blah, blah. Mason had 5,000 people outside and everybody was upset. As soon as the rally was over, where did you all go? Right back into the mall. So start to think about those things. They're simple things, they're little things, but you gotta encourage your kids to be educated. You have to. If your kids can't read, write, or speak well, there's nothing you can do.
My kids are college grads.
Well, and that's great for your kids.
So I'm talking about the other people
that's
that
what
I
I'm
have
talking about too. That's what I'm talking about too. I mean, but you've got to look at the whole. The other kids are your kids,
that's
and
right.
that's how you have to do that.
Before you go back and forth, you had your question. Let's maintain some order. That was kind of the purpose of us giving the breakdown before we even started this. Let's be respectful. You ask your question. We don't need the back and forth banner because we're on a time schedule and we only have the room for so much time. With all the questions for the Q&As, we got a whole nother panel that's coming up with another diverse panel. So please keep your questions short and concise so we can get to intermission. We got a performance at intermission and we want to start the second panel to respect everyone's time. Thank you.
This question is specifically for Robert Davis.
Yes.
Now we know that we've seen them stack the courts. Jeff Toobin even wrote a book about how they're stacking the courts. They started with the Supreme Court and now we know it's locally. So they're going to continue to stack, the Republicans especially, going to continue to stack the courts. Do you have a litigation fund? Because it's a dogfight.
Well, one of the things in which I'm very grateful for is the reason why it's important to keep the union strong is because the unions have taken up this fight. Not just from the public sector union, which I'm an employee of AFSCME, but also DPOA, AFL-CIO, also here at the UAW. And you have to understand in terms of the groundwork in which the Republicans were laying. The first thing in which they sought to attack was the union's funding source, which was cutting off the money, the bloodline of the unions. So if we don't have resources, be it our union dues, which is what the right to work was truly about. It wasn't about right to work. It was about killing the union. And so when they are able to cut off our bloodline, it cuts off our ability to fight.
That's right.
And so thankfully, our union brothers and sisters from our diverse group from across the country have truly unified so that we can continue to fight. And in the next 2 weeks, the AFSCME union, as well as, I believe, DPOA, as well as the UAW, will be holding a news conference creating a litigation fund because they truly understand, and people truly understand, what this fight is truly going to take. And as long as they're able to tie up our bloodline, which is our money line, they feel that they can defeat us. And that's why I hope people have hope. Don't get discouraged. Yep, we may have one little setback, but we got to continue to fight. And as Ms. Dumas indicated, we got to do more than just protest.
That's right.
And march. And as the young brother was saying, we're not back in the 60s anymore.
Right.
So we have a totally different dynamic and a totally different generation, and we got to change our strategy. Just like they changed their strategy, they never rest. And so we can never rest. So we got to continue to fight and push forward. So you would have that answer in the next couple of weeks.
Okay.